Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Friday afternoon here in the Eastern Time Zone of the USA. It is 20 Zulu on October 4th, and this is the weekend special. And you never know who we're going to have on, but today is really special because we've got our good friend Adrian KO8SCA. Hello, Adrian. How are you?
Hello, hello. We're good. Everything is great.
That's good. And Adrian, you have been one busy guy flying around and doing a lot of stuff in ham radio. But let's talk about one of your adventures because there's been many of them. One of your adventures here recently at Jarvis Island, and kind of give everybody a background on what you were doing out in Jarvis.
Well, Jarvis Island is a very rare DX entity. I think it's now it worked up a little bit, but it's a little speck of sand somewhere in the Pacific. And it's for him operators, it's something that's very sought after. And so a group of hams got together and worked very hard to get a license and a landing permit to go to this remote place in the Pacific called Jarvis Island. The expedition with the call sign November 5 Juliet. Basically, this is work done specifically by Don, uh, November 1 DJ, who worked very hard for almost 7 years to get a permit, a landing permit there. And then George, who with his yacht called Magnet, who allowed us to go from American Samoa for almost 6 weeks journey in total to go back and forth to Jarvis Island and back to American Samoa. George's call is Alpha Alpha 7 Juliet Victor. He is the electronics genius behind this new technology called the radio in the box that was prepared specifically for this well-awaited the expedition.
So let's talk for a minute. We'll get back to the team in a minute, but Adrian, do you see the boat and the ribs?
Yes, this is the rib mobile, how we call it. It's basically a pontoon boat that was modified. Uh, um, a boat engine was added at the back, and also a bunch of wheels, and all the equipment needed to get on the air was fit on this little mobile. Basically, it has generators, radios, amplifiers, antennas, everything that's needed so that an operation could go very quickly. As a matter of fact, I think there's some kind of a record that we set up where 6 radios went on the air in no less than 4 hours. We basically got on the island, put this mobile on sand, and installed the antennas, and in 4 hours, 6 radios went on the air. The way it works is there's a radio link between the boat and this uh, let's say mobile device, and it's a 900 megahertz link that allows us to control everything that's there from the boat. Basically, you have feedback regarding what the amplifiers are doing, what the generators, how much fuel you have, if there's an issue with an antenna, as if you are right there. One of the restrictions that we had from the one in getting this permit was that we're not allowed to stay overnight on the island, and so the solution was put this put all the radios there and just go on the island a couple of times a day to refuel, fix antennas, improve things, fix anything that might be broken because of the wind or so forth. I see there you have some pictures of our verticals. They're all got installed on the beach. They are multi-band. They have tuners. They're not perfect, but it's what we were uh, given, the restrictions that were given by the Fish and Wildlife people that gave us the license. Those tuners are again were done were created by the electronics genius, which is George Alpha Alpha 7 Juliet Victor.
So,
We had,
so
yep.
Adrian, talk a little bit about the remote operators here, the CW team.
So because we couldn't put any tents or anything, we couldn't stay on the island at all. The solution was to create, in order to create a lot of QSOs, we had the so-called, in addition to the island team, we had the remote team, which was about 50 operators. Some of the names that you see there are people that are pretty famous in our field, people that set up records in contesting and the expeditioning. Was quite a challenge. This was a team led by Jerry, Whiskey 1 Victor Echo, and also Jose, Charlie Tango 1 Bravo Oscar Hotel. The two worked in sync to create a scheduling and figure out how to manage these 50 remote operators. All the SSB QSOs were done from the boat by the local team, but quite a few of the QSOs, almost 75% of them, mostly CW and FT8, were done remotely by these operators. Everyone contributed. It had to be, done perfectly. Even the scheduling itself was complicated. An operator would be set up a specific slot in time and band, and they will operate on that slot only. So allowing a lot of people to operate, including even young operators that wanted to get a feel of how the pileups are on the expedition. I see there you have a few now on the page. You can see that these are some really young operators, and we were able and happy that we were able to allow these young operators to enjoy a little bit of a pileup of the expedition pileup without the expense of traveling to these faraway places.
So let's talk about getting confirmations now. How do if you work the DXpedition, Adrian, how is the best way to get confirmations?
Well, the OKRS system that's set up on the website, you just go and order the QSO like any other the expedition. It makes no difference if the QSO is made by one of the remote operator team or by the team on the boat. And so it's pretty straightforward. You can easily apply for a QSO. One easy way of doing it is to go to Club Log and check if your QSO is in the log, and then you can order using the OQRS system. So you can put their call sign, you can put your own call sign and see if you're in the log, and that allows you to easily order a QSL card. You also get confirmation. Oh, look at that. I see you one of the lucky ones in 160 meters. That's George's favorite band, and he spent quite a bit of time to work North America and Asia in 160. It was almost impossible to work Europe in 160 meters because of the common darkness was so short. But we were able to work quite a few stations right at the edge of the of Europe, mostly Spain and Portugal, because the common darkness was something like I don't know, less than a minute or so.
Well, Adrian, let's see who we've got in the chat room here. Let's see. We've got Scott, KA3 Delta Radio. He's in California. He's getting ready for the California QSO party this weekend, which is the largest. Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, California, they all have really big QSO parties. We've got Donnie is on here. He says, my FTDX10 is great, and he's really having a lot of fun with that. We've got Papa Echo 2 Kilo on from the Netherlands, and 80 is on from England. It was a tough one from Central England, but I'm grateful for the all-time new one. So congratulations to you and the team, Adrian. Kevin is on from Singapore, and our friend Jose is on from Mexico, X-Ray Echo 2 Zulu. So, we're hopeful that we're going to see you go to some other rare places here, Adrian. Do you have, are you spending any time at home these days?
Well, like I said, it's life is too short to do things that you don't enjoy. So I'm trying to do as much ham radio as possible, either contesting or traveling the world and see these rare places. And so home is where you enjoy life the most.
Yes. Well, and of course, you were at St. Paul Island at Charlie Yankee 9 Charlie, and that was a really good DXpedition as well. And we're hopeful that you get back out in the Pacific and go to some more of those rare islands. What do you think about conditions? What do you think about, QSOs on the high bands now, Adrian? 10, 15 meters, maybe even 6 meters?
Well, if you love ham radio, now is the time to get on the air. Even if you have a little wire, because we're right at the top of the solar cycle, the conditions are just amazing. You turn on the radio and you hear this strong station and you say, this must be some neighbor from, 100 miles away. And it turns out it's somebody from the other side of the earth. So if you like this kind of surprises, the next couple of years, while we're still at the top of the solar cycle, now is the time to get on the radio. Even if you just go on a contesting, if you're not a contesting guy, just join and you'll be amazed what you can work, in a weekend.
And that's really the fun of it. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, the days are getting shorter, daylight hours are shorter, and it's good antenna weather. So it's good to get out. And I know you've put up a tower at your home station now. Are you excited to use that this fall?
Yes, finally, after traveling the world and visiting so many contest stations, I got the bug and I finally put up a tower. And thanks to DX Engineering, things were a lot easier. I'm not an expert in towers, but being able to just order every piece of that was needed to put it up, that was amazing. And so now I'm working hard so that to participate in the two largest contests of the year, the CQOY SSB in October and CQOY CW at the end of November. Luckily for us in the US this year, the contest is not the same weekend like Thanksgiving. So it's a lot easier to convince your family that this is a weekend that you should be left alone in your shack.
Well, left alone in the shack, but talking to friends all over the world. And you have done so much to give back to the DX community and amateur radio by taking vacation time away from your wife to do all this. And I know I speak for a lot of hams around the world. Thank you, Adrian, for everything you do.
Thank you as well.
And at DX Engineering, we are just thrilled to sponsor you and George and Dawn on your future expeditions, wherever you may go, as long as you come home safely. That's the only thing.
Absolutely.
Make sure that you come home safely. Well, Adrian, thanks so much for being on today. This was a great treat for us. and we'll look forward to hearing more expedition stories from KO8SCA.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for to DX Engineering for all the support of the DXpeditions.
Okay, and thanks to all of you for watching. Get on the air this weekend. Work the California stations. Have some fun on the air. Conditions are really, really good, and I think you'll have a lot of fun. Until next time, 73 from DX Engineering.